In the context of the conference held on the 29th of January 2024 at the Extreme Light Infrastructure Nuclear Physics Center, also known as the ELI NP Center at Măgurele, Romania, where prominent specialists from various academic and professional fields have participated, we agreed, in collaboration with the ELI NP Director, Engineer Dr. Călin Alexandru, to explore the depth of certain topics. These include innovative strategies from knowledge development, international cooperation with other institutes and research centers, and I'd say rather an ambitious pilot project, including an establishment of an European center dedicated to knowledge transfer in cooperation with the Euro-Atlantic Resilience Center. Hopefully, we will identify the best strategies for resilience through advanced technologies. Therefore, sir, I know you do not need further introduction, given the fact that you are a well-known figure in the scientific community. However, for the sake of our interview, please share with us a few information regarding yourself and the institute you're leading.
Thank you for the introduction. Welcome to Extreme Light Infrastructure Nuclear Physics, host for the most powerful laser system in the world. And thank you for giving me the opportunity to discuss about what we are doing here, about the facility and the results that we are foreseeing to obtain during our research activities. I am a graduate of the Faculty of Physics from University of Bucharest back in 1990, and I was very lucky to start working in research immediately after graduation. I worked in nuclear physics. I started at the National Institute of Physics and Nuclear Engineering, Horia Hulubei. And after a period of 10 years, I moved to the National Institute for Nuclear Physics in Italy, where I specialized myself in doing nuclear physics, studies of the nuclear structure, and developing technologies for nuclear research. I hold a PhD degree in nuclear physics. The degree was awarded by the Institute of Atomic Physics in Bucharest. And I was a researcher at the National Institute for Nuclear Physics in Italy for a period of 9 years. In 2013, after I discussed with my former colleagues from the Romanian Institute, I decided to return in Romania for the project ELI-MP, so Extreme Light Infrastructure Nuclear Physics, because I thought that my experience, my expertise in nuclear physics can be very helpful in developing the nuclear physics part of this project that is dedicated to high-power lasers. The project ELI-MP, known also as the laser from Măgurele, it's a part of a larger project, a pan-European project called Extreme Light Infrastructure, together with other two research centers from Hungary and the Czech Republic. The roots of this project dates back in 2006, when Professor Gerard Mourou, winner of a Nobel Prize in Physics in 2018, had the idea to create a European research center dedicated to high-power lasers. It was the decision of the European Commission to implement this research center for high-power lasers in countries from the Eastern and Central Europe, where there was and there is still a lack of major research infrastructures. And the decision was to have these three countries, so Romania, Czech Republic, and Hungary, to host the three pillars of this research center dedicated to high-power lasers. It was a natural choice to implement in Romania the pillar dedicated to nuclear physics, because Romania has a long tradition in nuclear physics. So the National Institute of Physics and Nuclear Engineering, from Măgurele, it has very good results. It is recognized on international level for the results in research in nuclear physics, and it was selected to be the institute implementing the ELI-MP project.
Sir, if you allow me one question, because this leads me to the question that I really want to ask you about science, and in particular the top-level scientific research of the kind you're conducting here. How can this contribute to resilience?
So this project, if we look at its value, so we are speaking about a project that it's of an investment of about, it's more than 300 million euro. So it's the largest investment that was ever made in Romania in research. So this is a large infrastructure, a large research infrastructure with technologies that are at the edge of knowledge today. So this means, and it happened also around the world. So everywhere where you have a large research infrastructure, around these centers, it develops an ecosystem of private high-tech companies and also partnerships with academia that are working together in developing the technology and supporting furthermore. So I would just want to give you one example. So this center, the lasers, the high-power lasers that are implemented at ELI-MP were built by one of the few companies in the world that are able to build such high-power lasers, Thales France, from France. So they brought this technology to the level that was needed to deliver the power of 10 petawatt with lasers. But in the same time, we have to think that all the maintenance, all the repairs that have to be done in such an infrastructure will be done by high-tech companies, because the need of doing the maintenance requires also that the companies that are coming here are of high level, high technological level, because otherwise they cannot do the maintenance.
So how do you think that these cutting-edge technologies, or the emerging technologies as you like to call them, promise to revolutionize society and create more resilient systems in many fields? How do you think they can give us an overview of how the laser technology can stimulate the development of new procedures in scientific fields like medicine, like space technology, or even more resilient infrastructures? How can these cutting-edge technologies do that?
So first of all, we are speaking about developing technology. So technology means that we are stimulating companies to become more competitive, to develop their level of technology, to adapt, to be able to adapt rapidly to new conditions, to new challenges, because we have to admit that this system of lasers that we have here is a challenge. So the companies have to learn how to adapt, how to use new technology. And this leads automatically to resilience, because they are following the development of the technologies. They can react to any change that comes in the future, and they are able to use new technologies because they already are prepared for doing that. At the same time, knowledge transfer is very important, because we are speaking also about students, the young generation. So if we develop knowledge, we will be able to adapt. People will be able to adapt more easily to any conditions, to any unforeseen condition that can appear in their life, and they can come with solutions for solving that.
You have actually, you have actually anticipated my next question. It was about the new generation. So in order to have a thriving and resilient scientific community, young people must be very eager to choose a career in STEM. How does ELI-MP attract or stimulate the interest of the new generation in following a career in science, and in particular in physics?
Yeah, so we are facing a situation where we are after decades where the interest of young generation in physics it's decreasing. So we have somehow to stimulate them to be more interested in doing research in nuclear physics. In studying physics, it's not only research, because physics can be applied in many other fields. So the role of ELI&P is also to attract young generation, young people to study physics, to come and to perform experiments and studies here.
Do you have
ELI&P.
specific trainings or programs
Yes,
for
we have
them?
that. So we have, I would mention 3 categories of training for students. It's training through research. So because we offer internships for students that are undergraduate students, so they can come and they can perform for a limited period of time work here in the facility. We also have master students, we have PhD students that come and work with us. They are integrated in the research group, and this is very important because they learn how to do science, they learn how to do research. They see all the process from doing experiments, preparing the experiment, doing the experiment, and doing the analysis of the data, and also understanding what are the results. Another
do they become the employees, the future employees of the company, of the ELI&P Center?
Yes, we are offering a career, so a career path for the students, for the young people coming here. So they can start with an internship, then they can continue as master students, and they can be hired as technicians or young engineers or young physicists in our facility. Afterwards, they can continue with a PhD degree. And after the PhD, they can have a postdoc position, or they can choose to continue on a research career and become researchers here at ELI&P. So this gives them a perspective. Of course, everything is subjected to selection, because it's not only that they want to do it, but they have to be also able to do it. So the fact that we are starting with these students from very young age, so when they are at the beginning of the faculty, we can observe them and we can identify the talented one. So we can keep the most talented for doing research at ELI&P. And yeah.
In our experience, international cooperation plays a crucial role in bolstering resilience. Who are ELI&P's external partners, and how does the Institute collaborate with them?
So, ELI&P represents the state of the art in the laser technology nowadays. So we are a strong attraction for outside partners, for researchers coming from laboratories from abroad. So they come here because they can do experiments, they can do studies that are not possible elsewhere. It's the only place where they can use 10 petawatt power of the laser to do their experiments. And we are offering, besides the power of the laser and the laser beam, we are offering also experimental setups. So we developed during the implementation of the project experimental setups that are specially designed to take advantage of the power of the laser. So this high power of 10 petawatt that we have here. So we developed collaboration with almost with research groups from almost 30 countries. So we have a memorandum of understanding with more than 80 universities and research institutes from all over the world. And since 2022, when we opened the gates for external users to come in at ELI&P to do experiments, they are coming and they are users of our facility. They are proposing experiments to be performed in our facility. Many of these collaborators from abroad were present from the beginning of our project, so they contributed to the definition of the technical design reports on which we built the experimental setups, and now they are working together with us to do experiments at ELI&P.
I see. During our discussion, you mentioned the power of the laser, 10 petawatts. We need to tell our audience that this means 10% of the power of the sun. So my question is, you have demonstrated that Romania can be a first-class actor in an important scientific field. How does it feel to work every day next to an installation so powerful that has regularly reaches 10% of the power of the sun?
I have to confess that every time we are shooting at 10 petawatt, we are doing something new because it was never done before, and this is exactly the feeling that my colleagues and myself have about working with this very powerful laser. So we use this comparison with the 10% of the power of the sun on Earth because it's very illustrative. So when you say 10 petawatt, it's a small number, but
and not everyone knows what
huge,
it actually means.
It's a huge power, and then this comparison is very illustrative and can show to everybody that what we are doing here at ELI, it's really exceptional. And the sun is doing this every day for 24 hours. We can produce this power only for a very short period of time. It's really very short. It's something a few millions of seconds. So it's a very short period of time. But it allows us to study phenomena that were not possible to be studied before.
So what are the greatest benefits that Romania gains from this major achievement, the world's most powerful laser?
So having this power at our disposal, we can develop technologies, new technologies, and we can look in directions that before were not accessible to
or even
us.
Imagined.
Yes, exactly. So they were not imagined. So we are opening the new research directions. So, and the advantage for Romania is that it happens here in Romania. So we can develop these technologies, and the first beneficiaries of these developments are Romanian scientists, and then comes the Romanian companies, because we are speaking about transferring technology, transferring knowledge. And then, of course,
the external
whole
partners,
world, because we are working with partners from all over the world. So this helps in transferring the knowledge at a global scale.
So how important is knowledge transfer? I mean, do we have all the necessary tools to make the best use of all the results that you obtain here in Măgurele?
We are working on that because we are still learning, but it's very important to develop the framework in which to develop this technology transfer and knowledge transfer. We need to have a match between what we are doing here and the proper companies that can benefit from what we are doing here. So a center for knowledge and transfer, technology transfer, would have the role to find the matching partners for us, to take over the technology, to develop it, and to use it in practical application, in societal benefit applications.
Are you thinking of initiating such a project or the establishment of a center for knowledge transfer?
Yes, so we are thinking to go in this direction because this would help very much with the technological transfer. And I'm speaking also more about knowledge, because knowledge is very important. And we are looking forward in developing a pilot center that will help us to see how it works, how we can handle this technological transfer, and the knowledge transfer that implies also universities, because it's not only about working with private companies that can put in operation what we are developing here, but we are speaking also in developing the knowledge,
attracting the young generation, as we talked about.
Exactly. So we such a center should also work with the universities and to adapt the curricula for the students in such a way that the most recent advances in research are included in
the emerging technologies, yes,
in their preparation, because in this way they will be prepared to enter in work faster, and they will adapt to the challenges of the new technologies easier.
Yes. So what other specialists would be part of this center? Do you think of maybe doctors from the medical field or scientists from the space technology
yes, so
field?
we have collaborations with the medical community because with the new technologies that we can develop here, we can look into new methods that are not replacing the old ones, but they are complementary to the existing methods in the treatment of cancer, for example. We can accelerate heavy ions with our lasers, so we can go in the direction of particle therapy of cancer, doing hadron therapy, as it is called regularly. We also develop here a new method for doing X-ray imaging with lower doses for patients and with higher accuracy of the images, and this is very beneficial for the patients. And we have to work with the medical community in order to develop this. So they have to tell us how to do this work in such a way that we can implement it faster in the real life. With the space agency, again, we are at the beginning of a collaboration because what we can do here with the power lasers, we can mimic the radiation field that it's acting in the outer space, above the atmosphere, the Earth atmosphere, because there the satellites or any space shuttle that is sent over there is subjected to this field of radiation. So we can mimic this field and we can study the behavior of the materials under this field. So we can see how they age or how the electronic devices behave in time under this radiation and when they fail, because they have to be changed regularly. And also we can see how the cells are behaving under such radiation fields. And this is very important if we plan to develop space travel in the future.
Interesting. Taking this further, how do you envision the future evolution of globally significant technologies that are here at Măgurele?
So from the beginning, ELI was developed as an international research center. So we are from the beginning part of the European research area, and we have many collaborators from abroad, from Europe, but not only from Europe. We have from the whole world. So all the achievements that we are obtaining here at ELI are available globally. So we publish our results as papers in scientific journals, but at the same time we will produce patents that will be available for the private companies to take them and to implement them. So we have this means to spread the results of our research globally. And the fact that we are collaborating with many countries will help to spread the results on a world scale.
I see. Can you tell us something about Osaka next year? As I understand, you will be there explaining the technologies that are taking place here.
We wish very much to be in Osaka because we are very proud of having the most powerful laser in the world in Romania, and we can be there a main actor to show what is possible to realize in Romania. So big science, it is possible to be realized also in Romania. And the Romanian researchers are at the level of all the researchers in the world in using the most developed technology available nowadays in the world.
Thank you so much, sir, for taking the time to take this interview. Hopefully we will continue our cooperation and partnership for even greater achievements. If you would like to add something in the final of our interview.
I would like, first of all, to thank you again for giving me the opportunity to present you what we are doing here at ELI, and I hope to invite you here when we will obtain the first results in the direction of the medical applications, because we think that this is the most important direction of research that we have to develop here at ELI.
Thank you so much. We will be here for sure.
Thank you.